Hi, I'm Tammy.
And I'm Greg, and you're watching Chock full of Quarters. Join us each week to watch us collect quarters from our laundromat.
And see how much money we make. We also give tips on buying, owning, and running a laundromat. And to answer that question that everybody wants to know.
Does a laundromat make money?
Make sure you watch for the code word in the video and enter it into the comment section for your chance to win this coffee can full of quarters. You must be a subscriber.
So hit that subscribe button, press the like button. It really helps the channel. And don't forget the notification bell so you can be notified of future videos.
Let's get collecting. It's Tammy.
And this is Greg, and we are Chock full of Quarters.
And we're coming from the car again today to finish up the story from the last video about the insurance company. Also, coming up on this video, we're going to be doing, I have a repair video. I have a video to show you about how to save some money on hand soap for your business. Also, the drawing is going to be coming up. Another code word. And what else? And also, well, that's it. Let's get going.
That's it for now.
I know. Okay, so let's start finishing the story about the insurance company. So when we had to call the insurance company, there was a lot of questions or comments about why didn't we just deal with her insurance company to begin with. I did, actually. I did call and spoke with the girl from Geico, and she said that, what is it called again?
There's a process insurance companies do it, and I may be saying this wrong, but I think it's called subrogation.
Yes. So what would happen is basically our insurance company is going to do all the work, and then they basically kind of like sue them or tell them they got to pay this amount of money. So that's what ended up happening. So our insurance company, I mean, it was a nightmare dealing with this guy. I mean, if I needed a question answered, I had to call him 7 times, leave 7 messages with my policy number, the date that the incident happened, and a brief description of what happened. And then I had to follow that up with 6 to 7 emails as to asking what it is I need. And then he might call me back. So it was really, and I had called the insurance company and be like, look, this is really getting out of hand. And they're like, well, if you want your money, you're just going to have to sit tight. That's what they told me. So we started the process, and finally we get the first check for the construction company. Now they don't, I think it was like maybe 2/3 of the price that they had paid. I can't remember how much it was. So they started working. And they worked through. The construction company was wonderful. I have praises for these people, nothing but praises. But what I felt bad about was that, so they were able to get everything done, and we were opened back up in February 18th. And I'm sorry. So I had told you the accident happened in 2018. It actually happened in 2017. But it was December 18th. So we opened up 2 months after this happened. And no big fanfare. We were able to open up, and we were able to get open and get going again. But it took another couple of months for the construction company to get the rest of their money. I mean, I felt bad. They were like, well, when's it coming? I'm like, I don't know. They won't tell me. They won't give me a date. And it was just, I felt bad because they did a job, and these guys were great, and they worked hard, they worked fast, as fast as they could, and they didn't leave a mess behind. I was just like, they swept, they cleaned, everything. It was just a really good experience that way. But the insurance company, and so the construction company got their money, and then they finally decided to send us our check for what we thought was going to be for lost income, utilities, our rent, we thought all of that, because you remember we were pulling out of what little we had left in our savings. And we're going to be honest with you, we had to go hawk or go pawn.
I had to pawn my gun. We contemplated pawning her engagement ring, because what happens is you think they're going to take like 10 weeks worth of, and you increasing our collection. At the time, we were probably making $1,500 a week or something, or somewhere in that neighborhood. You think they're going to take 1,500 times 10, and that's what they mail you a check for? No. They figure out how much you owe in rent, how much your water bill is going to be, how much your electric, how much your gas, all that stuff, and that's what they send you.
Yes, you don't get...
They don't send you profit. They send you just what you need to survive.
Yeah.
That's it.
And they just make it difficult because an accountant gets involved, and this accountant, I don't know where he went to school or where he got his diploma from, a Cracker Jack box or what. But he would call. So it started out was the first day he called. He's like, "I need your numbers." I'm like, "Okay, well, we got a book." And he's like, "Okay, we need your tax." And then and then it was every other day he would call and say, "I need this, I need this." Instead of saying, "Hey, here's a list of what I need from you people." He didn't have a fax machine, so I could collect all of. I mean, we had almost 200 pieces of paper, and he wanted it all emailed. I don't.
I was like, are you kidding?
Are you kidding me? So you don't take a fax. He wanted it. He wanted every piece of for every piece of paper we had. It had to be in a separate email with a title, with what it was, when it was, what we paid. I mean, it was ridiculous. It was absolutely free, and I was getting ticked because I really, yes. It was coming closer. It was, and he started right before Christmas, and then it kind of went over with the whole New Year. So we were still doing all of this stuff, and so finally I said, "Look, I'm going to start taking video, and I will post." And I had to create videos on YouTube, private videos on YouTube, of all of this stuff, and I was just like, "This is nuts," and it just.
And every time he would ask for a bill, he's like, "Oh, I need to see." Say October and November's bill from last year, so I would find that from last year and send it to him. He's like, well, because there was a day holdover in September because they read the meter on the 29th, I need September's bill too.
And then he
why didn't you freaking tell me that the next day before?
And then he wanted the 2 years prior to that, and I'm just like, I mean,
every day it was, I need this now. Yeah. Oh, I need this now.
It was crazy.
It was ridiculous how
and it was frustrating because you had nobody to complain to. You had nobody to kind of vent to because you can't call up the insurance company and vent because God forbid they didn't send you. We were like, oh my God, they're not going to send us our money. So finally, after it was all said and done, so we get the construction people paid, and then we do the. So then we finally get our check, and we were like, didn't we, Hank? We were like, I think they made a mistake. And then they finally kind of really broke it down for us as to what it was we were getting. And because we had literally used every dime that we had. Now, here's the big thing. This is the mistakes we hope that maybe you can learn from. So we had just spent all of our savings to go on that cruise. So we had nothing pretty much left. We had a little bit left, but not much. It wasn't a lot, and that's why we had to go pawn Greg's gun.
But we did have savings, and this is a point.
Wait a minute, hold on a second. Hold on before you go there. So we did have savings, but because we had spent it on the cruise. Now, we had a little bit, it was pretty much 6 months before that we had decided to start doing savings for the business. We'd always just kind of lumped everything into one big pot, and that was it. So we had started to do some savings for the business, and so there was a little bit there. So we were able to keep up with our bills, and the payment to the previous owner. Our landlord was able. He's like, okay, we're gonna start pushing this back. He understood. He got it. He was so awesome.
He knew it was his building, and he knew. Said, hey, until this gets resolved and we get the checks, we're gonna have to not pay rent.
Yes.
And he was totally cool with that.
He was cool with that, and also you have to remember, we were getting ready. He knew we wanted a 20-year lease. So he wasn't about to no, I'm not. He wasn't about to lose us. So we ended up doing it so that after we got opened, we could pay a half month's rent with the addition with the next rent check until we got caught up, and that took us 4, maybe 5 months, I think.
Yeah, it was.
But he was so good about that. I mean, I was just previous owners I want my money. So any money that we had coming in, and you have to remember, so Greg. Yes, Greg still had his job, but he was still trying to Uber to get we were just trying to make up money, and we got behind on all of our personal bills really bad.
Yeah, they don't cover that.
No, and we got behind on that, and cops don't make a lot, so Greg's paycheck, I'm sorry,
It was just covering.
it was barely covering the
I would say
mortgage.
barely. I think we actually got behind on the mortgage, but it was still barely keeping us 2 months behind on the mortgage.
We also had another loan with Greg's parents.
Now they understood too.
Back in 2015, our water heater just crapped the bed, so we had to get another one. And we're not talking about little house water heaters. We're talking, we have a 100-gallon commercial water heater, which those cost $4,000 to $5,000.
Yeah.
So they were nice because they gave us an interest-free loan, which was absolutely wonderful. So we had.
But obviously, being my parents, they understood.
They understood,
that we couldn't pay them for months.
well, no, we still paid them.
We still. Well,
No, because they took it out on their home equity.
That's right. That's right. You're right.
They had taken it out on their home equity, so we had to make that payment. And so, we just didn't have all this cash that we had coming in before. So we got behind on our personal stuff. We were just able to squeak through this. Now, I know, so I'm going to tell you so when we got our check, because we had pretty much spent all of our savings and everything, so the money that came to us was kind of like, it's kind of more to refill the coffers and do some stuff. So we were able to get caught up a little bit on our personal stuff, but not too much. So what I basically did was we had 6 months, what was it, 6 months left to pay?
On the old owner,
On the old owner. We had 6 months to pay. And it only saved me $100 paying it off early, but I did it, and here's why, because it was almost a $900 payment. That gave us, that $900 wasn't going out. And that's what we did, is we paid him off. And at the same time, on the same day that I paid him off, I bought all of his inventory. So it was kind of it hurt to have to pay him off, that big lump. But also we ended up getting all of his inventory from his other business. So it kind of, that was also the beginning of our upswing. So, but, so it was, I'll tell you, I don't ever want to have to go through that again. I mean, I really don't. It was stressful. And it really did affect my business, because I was so stressed out. I wasn't being able to create new stuff. My creative juices were just I was just selling, basically what I always sell. And for me to constantly be creating is what constantly makes my business grow. So it really kind of put a damper on that for a little bit, but I started listing all of that inventory, and, it helped. So one of the things that ended up happening, so remember so now the December 2017 is when the building got hit. February 7th, 2 months ago, almost this year, 2020, I got 3 things in the mail from the insurance company. I got our new policy for us to renew. I got a bill for our new policy, which happened to go up $25. And I thought it was weird, $25 a month. Wow, that was a pretty big hike, right? I'm like, why is this happening? And there was one other thing from them, and I left it sitting on the counter, because I'm like, it's probably junk mail,
advertising new service.
Yeah, whatever it was, right? So I was just about getting ready to toss it in the trash. I'm like, I'll open it up. Tell them what it was.
It was the check, $1,000 check for the deductible, because her insurance policy, our policy had $1,000 deductible. So of all the things they sent us, when you go and add up everything we had to pay to everybody for the insurance, it comes up $1,000 short, for what they send you. And we're like, And I was like, wait, it's the deductible that you have to pay.
And it wasn't until 6 months later did Geico, and we had to get that from Geico. So apparently somebody at our insurance company called Geico and says, hey, you need to look into this. And somebody called us. It was about 6 months after the incident. And then we're like, oh yeah, we would like our deductible back.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, never heard from them. Never heard from them again.
Yeah.
We thought, they ain't giving it back to us. So, and we just never called. and then we got it back. What happened the night? Tell them about the night before, though.
We had gone out to eat Chinese food the night before, and then we enjoyed it. And Tammy got her fortune cookie and opened it up. And I'm paraphrasing what it said. It was something to the effect of, "Good fortune will be coming your way," or something like that. And we were like, "Oh," we kind of laughed it off, as you always do with fortune cookies.
Yeah, so it was so the fortune cookie, and it's funny too
we
because
just thought about that the next day.
Yeah,
I was like, remember your fortune cookie?
Well, the restaurant that we go to, this Chinese food restaurant we go to, their fortunes suck. Ooh, sorry, they're not very good. They're not fortunes. They're more like, I don't know, Confucius.
Yeah,
Confucius stuff. So, but this one was an actual fortune, and we were like, oh wow. So to get our check. And to get that check, or open the check the next day was just, and it was nice because you know what? We just stuck it right back into our savings account. Excuse me. We stuck it back into our savings account because we need to rebuild those coffers, and we're just trying to, and because we have a way, I'm kind of the penny pincher in the family. I use coupons. I mean, I try to save money wherever I can because we have 2 jars in our house. One is for savings and one is for our stocks that we buy. We each have I have an Acorn account. Greg has.
I have a TD Ameritrade that I've had for.
Well, you've got that one TD, but then we have a TD together, and then we have another.
And I want to say something about savings real quick, or money in general. Handling money is a skill, and it sometimes is a learned skill. I'm not going to go on about how to do that. There's a million videos you can watch. I recommend Dave Ramsey.
Yeah.
But if you're going to be a business owner, you have to have money in savings for when these types of things happen.
Personal and business.
Personal and business savings.
Yeah.
Because bad things are going to happen.
Yes, and they will happen.
And the insurance company, like we just told you, does not cover everything you want it to cover.
It does not. So you better have something.
Have money saved.
Yeah. And I'll tell you.
Go on YouTube and learn how to do it and start. The best day to start saving is yesterday.
Yeah.
Start right now.
Yeah. And we had, it's funny because savings for us, it was definitely a learned skill. Greg was better at it than I was. But so one of the best things that you could do, and we learned this back in 2014, and we're going to do this video here in a couple of weeks, and the video is just literally going to be titled 2014, and we're going to talk about when we almost lost everything. That's how bad it was. But what I learned after 2014 was we now still try to live off of cash. Let me tell you, when you're trying to live off of cash, it's amazing how much you will not spend. Isn't it right, honey? So when I send him to the store, Greg only does the grocery shopping now because I'm one of those people. I'm like, oh, I want to try this. I'll pick this up. I give Greg a list. I give him the coupons, and that's it. And I know he will come home with just that.
Just what's on the list.
Just what's on the list. He doesn't come home with anything else. And I give him the money to what I think it is, just retail without the coupon discount or anything. So that when he comes home with change, we decide if it's going into the savings jar or if it's going into the stock jar. And, and that's one of the ways that helps us save. Because we're so bad at it. But we have found we enjoy watching all the money in the jar just fill up. So that's one of the ways that we save. And living on cash is a lot harder than you think. But I'll tell you, it was probably one of the best things we ever did.
Best thing you can do to save money.
Or just learn how to budget your money. Because there was for a while right after 2015, we were doing the envelope system because things were bad. We were doing a lot of robbing Peter to pay Paul. And so when we decided to to live completely on cash, it was the only way we could dig ourselves out. And it was the only way that we could find a way to survive. So, but that video will be coming, and that's a hard video for us because we don't like to think about it because we made lots of mistakes. There was a lot of stuff going on, and it could. Ooh, there's a police officer.
Going after somebody.
Is he going after? Oh, he's going after that guy. He got him.
Got him.
You want to see? I don't know if I can.
No,
Let me see. No, I can't turn it.
no.
So, you know, hopefully that video will be very helpful. And it's going to be a hard video for us because we have to admit a lot of things. Just ugly things you have to look at it yourself. You know, when you fail. You know, but you know what? Greg and I both see failure as learning opportunities, always. So,
and you're going to fail at things.
And you're going to fail at things. And it just makes all of the successes that much sweeter.
Yes.
It really does.
And remember, failure is an event. It's not a person.
Hey, was that your thing for today?
It wasn't going to be, but that can be my saying. Failure is an event, not a person.
Right. Yeah.
It's not something. It's not a character flaw. Every billionaire out there has tried something and failed. Yeah. Anybody who's never failed at anything has never actually put themselves out there to try something.
Exactly. Okay? Exactly. Do you want to turn around here? Because we got to get to the office. And plus, I don't want to make this video. This is 20 minutes already. Plus, I have all the other stuff that we're tagging on to the end of this. So I want to try to keep that. So that was what happened with the insurance company. So it was it was hard for us because we had never dealt with anything like this. It was not like getting into a fender bender, you know.
Yeah, your car is a lot easier to deal with.
And it was because we were, you know, there was one time the weather wasn't cooperating when they were doing the relaying of the brick, and they were looking at the forecast, and they were kind of worried that it was going to get pushed out another 2 weeks, the construction, but they got it done. So if anything like this happens at your business, prepare yourselves to what is going to happen and what kind of money is going to become rolling in, because it's not going to be a lot. It'll probably be enough just to get the work done. And you know, one of the stupid things that we have never done is because we're the LLC, and it's just, you know, we've never paid ourselves. I think we're going to start paying ourselves here pretty soon, because if we had paid ourselves, they would have paid us to pay ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, so those are the hard lessons. So I think that's it. But stay tuned, because we have the couple of things that are coming up and the drawing for the winner. So I'm Tammy.
And I'm Greg. And remember, failure is an event, not a person. We'll see you later.
Bye. So everybody, this is our foaming hand soap. It's the foaming antibacterial hand soap dispenser. This also holds the Gojos and whatever ones that come with this type of pinch system that comes down. I'm going to show you how to refill this. You can get these are the Sam's Club ones. Okay, I bought this.
Members Mark.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Which is
Members Mark, which is Sam's Club.
Yeah.
I got this one. This one's pretty recent. And the reason I know that is because of the color blue. But the other ones I had for 2 years, and I kept refilling them. So now I'm going to show you how to refill these. And it's really simple. So we go to Walmart, and we get this foaming hand soap for $2.22. And I can get 2 fills out of this. I've already taken some out because I filled up our foaming hand soap at the office. And this is also the antibacterial. So the Gojo ones are they work the same way, because I had used the Gojo one for like the first 4 years that we had this. So you just take a little, and you just give it a little twist. Just kind of get it up under there, give it a twist, and it's all the way around. Okay. Now, hold on. Okay, so after you get it off, I want to show you something. When you pull this off, you got to be real careful, because there's a little rubber seal right there. Okay, you don't want to lose that, because if you do, you're going to have soap everywhere. So this soap will bubble on you if you're not careful. Now, okay, before Corona, I used to do half the bag, half water. I would dilute it. Now I wouldn't even think about doing that. It's going to be full strength. So I'm just going to slowly pour it in. I can squeeze it a little bit, but not too hard, because it will foam inside the bag, and you don't want that. And we're going through hand soap like crazy.
someone became obsessed with washing their hands, so, you know.
Well, that's what they tell us to do. So.
Yeah, which is not not necessarily a bad thing.
Now all those people who never wash their hands before washing their hands like crazy, thank God. That was disgusting. People just wouldn't wash their hands for anything. Okay. So what you want to do is start to kind of lay it down, and you want to, can you see this, that you're pressing all of that. This foam's going to come up, just wipe it out, just wipe it away, because you really want to get that bag, get it in and pull up a little bit, and snap it in place. Just make sure it's all snapped in place. And now what you have is your bag is kind of sucked dry, but there's still a little bit of room in there, there's a little bit of air, but it'll be easier to, they're easy to get back in, especially if you use the whole jar. If you, I mean the whole bottle of that stuff, it'll just be easier. So you plug it back in, tuck it in, and you just filled your soap for $2.22.
Hey, I'm glad you're still here. Code to win these quarters is coming up.
So sometimes you just have to treat yourself, and I'm tired of being stuck in the house and not being able to go to the laundromat. So I said to Greg, let's treat ourselves. And this is my favorite treat to do. Lobsters! I think they're all still alive. Let's check. Let's see who's alive. Uh-oh. He's alive. He's alive. Is this one alive? Uh-oh. Come on, guy. Oh, shit. Is he dead? Nope. He's alive. So they're all alive. I'm trying to give them all some room. So, yep, they're all alive. So we're going to be eating them tonight for dinner. So that's my treat. Okay, so look at all of this. So I didn't know what to do with it. So I have to put it like all in the cart because I have to kind of straighten it out and do need to be a little bit more careful. Let's see. I'm gonna do this. Whoop. That's why I gotta be careful. Okay, I'm gonna get it done and then I'll show you the cart full of money. Okay, so we finished our laundry, and this is what a cart full of money looks like. Greg, what do you think?
Nice.
I'm videoing it.
That's good.
Does it? I mean,
It does.
Okay. So that, what?
Nobody used that one.
That can't be. Nope, there's a jam. That's why nobody's used
That's
it.
why.
Oh, wait a minute, what have they done? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Look what they've done.
Yeah, you can see it's pushed back in.
Look at what they've done. They've pushed it in. Can you see that? They've pushed it in.
There's a jam in there, so
And there's a jam, so we gotta take care of that tonight. No wonder why there's no money in it. Hold on one second. I gotta see if this is, huh?
You don't need anything else from back there, do you?
No, I don't think so. Let's see. We'll zoom in.
If you want to use the screwdriver, I'll have to wait to.
Hold on.
You have the screwdriver you bought out.
So we'll be right back. Okay. So I'm hoping you can see all this. I need that screwdriver real quick. We're gonna pull, ooh, let me see. Oh, look at that. That is, I've never seen that before. So we're gonna pull this out. Best way that we can. And it's gonna need a little bit of, oh, that is completely ripped, that just got tore up.
that a double? No, just one quarter.
No, it's just the one, but it really, okay. Okay, so let me see where we're at here. Let's do this. I need it's this one.
Yeah.
Or, well, sometimes this little screw right here, sometimes can be very difficult. If you don't have, no, let me try that one.
That one.
Try this right here.
Nope.
Nope.
Using that one off.
Nope. They're too thin. The tip needs to be a little or give me a flat head.
Try that. Alright, if you're using that, I'm gonna use this one on the
Where's the new cutter?
It's right there.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna unscrew this. And you have to be careful because this has a little washer with it and it's one of the small screws, so you want to be careful. So as you can see, it is a very small screw. And look at this cutter. It got totally ripped up. And this is the other half of it. So now we're gonna put a brand new one in. So it only fits in really one way. There's a little, I don't know if you can see it, there's a little bump out right there and it fits into that spot. And then you put the little screw in. And this is the part that just is the, it's easier to do it this way. Get it in there good. It's in there. And do you have that cord? Oh, here it is. Let's do a test real quick and we'll see if it comes, if it falls out. Okay, let's. Oh, hold on. I gotta fix something first. So what happened is because, probably what the person did is because it's jammed, it was jammed. Because of that, what they did, let's see if you can see this. See this right here? See this washer? This should be on this side of the faceplate. So, okay. Uh-oh, the battery's gonna run out here in a second, so I'm gonna pull this up. Actually, I'm gonna have to, I'm gonna pause it and then I'm gonna get a new battery. Okay, so we're gonna have to pull this screw out. We're going to put it on the other side and we are going to screw it back in. So basically what they did is they probably were just pushing on it because there was a jam, thinking that brute force fixes everything, which it isn't. Okay, so now we have, that's on there. We've got the new cutter on. So I'm gonna hook this back up and then, let's do the test. We'll do the quarter test. Let's see.
Do you screw this back in?
Mm-hmm, yeah, I just did that. Can you lift it up just a hair?
Yeah.
Okay, so hold on. It didn't go as smoothly as I would have liked it. So let me check. Got some lint in there. That's tight. Can you hold it up again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're good. I didn't push it in far enough. Okay, so we're gonna put this back, and that should be like, hi everyone.
Hey.
We're getting. I don't know if you can all see right here. This is everybody's names
This big
for the last
pile right here, that's everyone's names.
for the last 4 weeks. So we're gonna put it in the box. Okay, you get it. Hold on.
Getting good,
Oh, hold
good
on.
mixed up.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. And the winner is Ramon Vasquez.
Congratulations,
Congratulations.
Ramon. I will be contacting you very shortly, so make sure that you are checking your email that is associated with your YouTube name.
Yeah.
But congratulations.
Congratulations.
And what is this?
182.50, I believe.
We'll we'll be sending that to you. So, but watch your messages.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Bye.
Bye.